Twins Cliff and Chris Paul couldn't stop talking about the assist. And yet, a new question,
Daddy, where does this come from?
rendered them speechless. As the Pauls delved deep into their lineage, they discovered something extraordinary. In 1922, local shopkeeper Clifford Paul, senior, inspired employees at State Farm, a thriving new insurance agency, to be there for customers like a good neighbor. While Christopher Paul, senior, revolutionized the game of basketball by suggesting players pass the ball to other players who could then score. Delighted that their ancestors invented the assist, the Twins could rest assured the gift of giving was in their genes. Allegedly. Nothing endures like the legacy of an assist.
This week on The Rush, the baseball team, after getting the sweep against Morton, hoped to add 2 more wins as they took on the Rockets both at South Park and in Rochester.
The girls' soccer team played in a very close game against O'Fallon, but it was a different story when they played Lanphier. The high-scoring softball team played Rochester as well, at home and away.
We bring you coverage of track with the co-ed invite and senior night.
And much more, only on The Rush.
Welcome back to The Rush here. Not Danny Fry this time, but I'm Sean Bennett.
And I'm Hannah Duncan. The Glenwood baseball team is trying to get into a groove during the middle of the season. After coming off of a doubleheader victory at Morton on Friday, the Titans hosted CS8 foe, the Rochester Rockets, at South Park. Joining us now as a guest analyst is senior outfielder and pitcher Tyler Brown. Thanks for coming on.
No problem, guys.
So the team took 2 games from Morton, as we said, over the weekend to get to an 8-9 record on the season. Still under 500, but what are some signs of improvement that you're seeing?
Well, we brought up a couple younger guys to give them a look and see how they would do, and they played pretty well in those 2 games, and I think the more they play, the more they're going to help us out, and we're looking forward to that.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the highlight. Glenwood is coming in with a record of 8-9, as we said, and Rochester of 13-9. Starting off, we're going to take a look at 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd inning, as Riley Cunningham will hit a slow roller up the middle, and the throw will get away from the first baseman Jake King, which allows both Sam Anderson and Bryce Rooney to score. Glenwood led 2-0 after 2 innings. Pitcher Brian Hobby had a long top of the 3rd as he walks in a run, which put Rochester on the board. But talk about how Hobby was able to recover with the next batter striking out King, swinging as the Rockets leave the bases loaded.
That was a big out. When you have guys with the bases loaded, you really don't want to give up a hit or let the ball get into play. And we were lucky that we only got out of there with 1, and Brian did a good job keeping his composure and limiting the damage.
Hunter Brooks there, he stops it, throws a wild pitch to first, and the Rockets had a lot of errors, as in we see in the top of the 6th. Nick Mayton will go have a through the legs of the second baseman Howard Fisher, and you'll be able to score very easily here to put the Titans up. He's 4-1 in early. Now, Rockets had a lot of errors. Now, how did that affect the overall game and the atmosphere?
It affected the game. Well, it had a big effect on the game. Coach Mooney and Coach Hyde always talked about getting the ball in play and making the other team make plays on the ball, and that's what we did, and luckily they made 2 errors and allowed us to score some runs off of it.
Connor Ahearn pitching the last 2 innings, shutting the door on Rochester. Glenwood won 4-1, and Rochester had 3 errors. Now for some post-game sound with Coach Mooney.
Even though we were in trouble, we were able to make enough plays that we got him through it, and he got himself through it. He really battled and just kept bearing down and trying to make pitches, and the pitch count got up, and Connor was very good when he came in for the last 2 innings. We were able to get a couple runners on, and they made a couple mistakes, really. I mean, that's what happened. I think maybe all of our runs scored on balls that were either thrown away at first base, or like the last one that got between the second baseman's legs. But again, we've been telling the kids, keep playing, keep putting the ball in play, and the other team will make some mistakes sometimes, and that's what happened tonight.
Welcome back here. Now, Tyler, with the JV game canceled on Tuesday, that allowed Jake Ryan and Brendan Hosteller to see some playing time. Now, how will this addition help the underclassmen and just help the team down the stretch?
Well, having those younger guys come up and get some experience not only will help us this year, but going into next year, it'll give them the varsity experience that they need and allow them to see the pitching and the speed of the game from a different level and allow them to better their experience, I guess.
Definitely. Now let's go ahead and see how the Titans did against Rochester at their home field. Glenwood comes in a record with...
Glenwood won 3-1 against Rochester. Mayton with 7 innings pitched and Hosteller with an RBI double. So Tyler, lastly, of course we have to bring up the hair. You're rocking the headband today. One of my friends referred to it as the mane. So
the mane.
What's the style?
I don't know. There's a bunch of styles. I've had it slicked back, had a little baby fro going, had the headband in it. I'm not sure there really is a style. There's multiple styles with it.
And are you ever gonna get it cut?
We'll see. I'm not sure if it'll be relatively soon or if it'll be a little bit, but we'll have to figure it out sometime soon.
Well, on that note, thanks for coming on the show.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Man.
No problem.
Tonight, the team hosts Granite City in a doubleheader with the first pitch at 4:30 at South Park. They also play Normal Community High School in a makeup game at 5:30 on Monday.
The GHS girls soccer team played O'Fallon in a very close matchup on Saturday and Lanphier on Tuesday. Let's go ahead and look at these highlights right now. Now, Glenwood comes in a record with 4-3-1 and O'Fallon with an undefeated record and 1 tie.
Glenwood will start off here with a nice shot attempt by Nikki Hogan, but the Lady Panthers goalie will have a nice save as well to start out the game, as both goalies really defended well throughout this defensive game.
Yeah, you're right, Hannah. Both goalies did defend well, but you know, Morgan Lawford got this shot attempt as Quinn Wilkies will shot and they'll pass her to put the Panthers up early 1-0. Now the Panthers had really good ball movement in the first and the second half as they start with it. Now they will try to get the ball back and score again, but Madison Volpert here will seal a ball and she'll kick a high fly ball and it will pass the Panthers goalie to put them tied game.
Quinn Wilkes will start out with the ball and she'll have great footwork here, and she'll have a quick pass to Sydney Van Kook, but she'll shoot high and the game will remain tied at 1.
You know, there was a lot of ball movement, trying to get the game not tied anymore, so either team will score, but a lot of ball movement here, a lot of scrambling with the ball as there are 2 shot attempts, but they're both blocked off. Glenwood goalie thought she had the ball, but she didn't. Passed away from the Panthers again. Titans trying to get the ball back, but they don't. You know, they're just trying to scramble and get that last goal. Here's a pass to the big shooter, Quinn Wilkie. She'll shoot, but it's not enough, and the game will remain tied.
Yes, it was a very defensive game, as Glenwood and O'Fallon would end the game tied at 1, Volpert with 1 goal and Wilkes with 1 goal as well.
After the tied game on Sunday, they went ahead and played Lanphier. Let's go ahead and take a look at that highlight right now.
Glenwood at the Lanphier Lions. Sean?
You know, they start out pretty well. It's Kelly Graves kicks, and it's saved by number 1, Lanphier goalie. Now, Madison Volpert kicks once here, and it's saved once again. Now, she had a lot of good saves there.
Yes, Kelly Graves will have the ball here for Glenwood. She'll shoot and score, but then Glenwood will shoot again and miss this time. There were a lot of shots and a lot of misses, though, on both sides.
Yeah, a lot of shot attempts. Number 12 passes to Madison Volpert, and she will score to put the Titans up early. And there's number 12. Passing to Madison Volpert, she'll kick that one in to put the Titans up.
Glenwood's Madison Volpert will shoot and score right before the half as well.
As we see right here, she'll shoot and she will score to put the Titans up right before the half.
Yes, this game was a lot different than the game earlier, as Glenwood will win 8-0, shutting out Lanphier. Graves with 2 goals and Volpert with 2 as well.
The varsity team plays in the tournament at Glenwood this weekend, playing Morton at 4:30 today. Maine South tomorrow at 10 o'clock a.m. and Wheaton Academy at 2 o'clock.
It's time for our first commercial break. When the Rush returns, we'll bring you softball versus Rochester, along with track and bass fishing sectionals results, so stick around.
Oh, no.
Fat Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top Walleye pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, Fat Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969.
Aaron, you're all set?
Great, thanks.
Mike, thanks for doing that discount double check. You saved us hundreds.
What was that?
The discount double check? It's when we comb through your policies to make sure that you're getting all the discounts you deserve.
No, I get that part, but you guys are doing my move.
The discount double check move?
It's my touchdown dance.
So you're a dancer?
No, I'm a quarterback.
Oh, quarterback.
More.
I'm a robot. Get out of here.
Get to a better state, State Farm.
Call Steve Bedford in Chatham for personal service and discounts that you deserve.
Kids, the breakfast is ready. Eat up.
Your friend's gonna be here pretty soon.
I'll be there in a second.
Have a great day.
My friend's here, I'm leaving.
Be safe. Come home right after school.
All right, see ya.
Wow, your dads are really looking out for you.
That's not my dad. That's my family's financial advisor, Mr. Sullivan.
Sullivan Financial, looking out for your investments and your family.
Welcome back to The Rush. The Glenwood softball team took on Rochester at home on Tuesday, and the two met up again Wednesday afternoon in Rochester. Now, Katie Hudson, senior, joins us now. A little nervous, but that's all right. Now, how did the team prepare to go against Rochester as they were in second place in the conference?
We just went in like it was another game. Try not to get too nervous or think about it. Coach always tells us before the game to play the ball. We're not playing the other team. So that's the kind of attitude we came into the game with, is that we were just playing our game and whatever happens, happens. And just do your best.
Yeah, let's go ahead and see the highlight right now as they try to play the ball and not the team. All right, Glenwood comes in this game undefeated in the conference, but Rochester only had 2 conference losses.
Glenwood will start off with a single here, and Bree Graham hit a sac fly to make the score 2-0, but the game already seemed to be closer and a tougher matchup than usual right from the beginning.
No, Miranda Esperum hits a fly ball as you guys couldn't get your offense up as high as you've been recently, Kate.
Yeah, their pitcher had a lot of spin to her ball. We popped a lot of balls up, but we came back the second day with a better approach to what the pitcher was going to throw, and I think that helped us a lot. But we did make a few hitting mistakes in our first game, but we still grinded it out and ended up with the win.
Yeah, Parker Bandy, she had a solo home run in her first at bat, but she'll hit a wild inside the park home run here, and as she slides in and avoids the tag, and Glenwood led at that point 3-0.
A pop-up here ends the inning and keeps Glenwood from adding to their big lead.
But the Rockets would come surging forward from their deficit as Bree Graham will give up a walk to Rochester, and Rochester actually took the lead at one point, 4-3, but how was Bree able to stay with it and keep her composure as she strikes out?
I think Bree knew that she had a good defense behind her and knew that we were all pulling for her and we'd come back and get a few runs back for her, so she just settled down and threw what pitches she needed to make.
Abby Burton reaches with a single, and Sammy Long would also add a home run as Glenwood selected the win in a much closer game as Glenwood win 7-5. 10 hits for you guys and 7 hits for Rochester. Graham with 7 innings pitched and 3 strikeouts, and Bandy 3 for 4 and 2 home runs.
So that win put you guys 3 games ahead of Rochester in the conference. So how did that help prepare you guys and kind of pump you up and make you try even harder the next day when you played them again at their home turf?
Well, we knew we played a little sloppy our first game, so we were really focused on cleaning up our game a little bit, scoring a few more runs for a pitcher, and we really wanted to be first in our conference, so I think that helped us in moving forward.
Let's go ahead and see how you guys did at the away game in Rochester. So you see here, Glenwood will win this 4-8. Well, 8-4. My apologies. 8 hits for both. At Rochester had 6 hits. Hudson, you had 2 hits and 4 RBIs, and Chapman 1 home run and 2 RBIs.
Now, Katie, now that you guys have a commanding lead in the conference, what do you hope to do and accomplish heading towards the second half and starting to think about the end of the season?
Still, as I said before, play the ball, not the team. Really focus on putting hits together, making a lot less errors, and just try to finish the season strong.
Thanks for coming on, Katie.
No problem.
The Titans softball team will play Tuesday and Wednesday against the Taylorville Tornadoes.
The Glenwood track teams, both boys and girls, had their senior night at the Invite last Friday. Let's go ahead and take a look at the highlight. This was a co-ed meet, and Sean will start off taking a look at the girls first.
Erica Rideout in the girls 800-meter run with a time of 2:28. She came in 5th, and she's been really improving throughout the season.
Yeah, really improving since their indoor meets or indoor practices. And then after that, we'll switch to the boys' side of things. The 4x200 relay team finished in first place, and we'll see soon after this, Michael Giovanelli will finish the team with a time of 1:29. He's also been really good this season, and this is not the last of him we'll see in this highlight.
You know, it seems like the boys and the girls have been having a really good improvement, as we see her here with another boy, Landon Skelly, in the boys 1600-meter finished first and got PR with a time of 4:35 and best of the time. May I add on that one?
Yeah, he's also the best on the team in the 3200 meter too, and he's been really impressive in distance, and he's only a sophomore, so he still has 2 more years to add on to his success. Then Mackenzie McClintock, she finished 4th in the girls 200 meter with a time of 26:98.
You know, you said we'll see Michael Giovanelli here. As we see here, he'll finish 2nd in the boys 200 meter with a time of 22:55. You know,
he's already set a new record for the 400 meter, and we'll still see him again. Finally, in the boys 4x400 relay team, they crushed the competition as they finished first with a time of 3:22.72. Once again, Michael Giovanelli, see him one more time here as he finishes off the relay. The boys had a great meet, and they'll finish first overall in this meet with 153 points.
And now let's go ahead and take a look at the results for the girls. Springfield won with 168 points, and Glenwood finished 2nd overall with 94 points.
The varsity runners head to Morton next Friday for the meet starting at 4 o'clock. Oh, and we have post-game interviews here.
We knew going into this year we lost a lot from last year, but I knew that we had a lot of pieces that we kind of fit into the puzzle.
Fast did as good as I planned to do, except for ran 200 a little slow, but other than that, met every expectation I wanted to.
The bass fishing team was on St. Chris Lake last Friday for sectionals. Let's go ahead and check out the results. There we go with bass fishing. Glenwood #1 with a 12.59 pounder. Riverton with 12.15. And we look at 8th place with Edinburgh with 8.92 pounds. Now the top 3 contenders advance to Carlisle Lake for the state finals on May 9th and 2nd. Congratulations to Caleb Paoli, Kyle Kopp on winning sectionals for our region.
Many sports teach athletes valuable lessons. The Rush's Erica Moser has more on how horseback riding can have a good impact on riders and how they act.
Horseback riding isn't just a sport, but also a way for kids to develop useful character traits.
There's a lot of patience that goes into it because not every ride is a good ride, so every horse has its problems, but you just have to get over that and work consistently at it.
Horseback riding builds character because it teaches you, like Kenzie said, patience. It makes you be a better person than maybe some days you are. You know, you have a partnership between you and a 1,200-pound animal, and not everything is going to go perfect every day. And it never will be perfect. Life isn't perfect. So it kind of teaches you to go with the flow, make the best of the situation, and, you know, become a better person for that horse. Because they trust you, and you need to trust them back.
Teaches you maybe how to deal with difficult people and difficult situations.
You don't know what the horse is going to do, so you've always got to be constantly aware of your surroundings.
Parents talk about how riding has helped their kids.
We have 2 kids, and they both ride, and they have learned a lot of responsibility, because when it's 10 degrees below zero or 110 degrees, the horses still need to be fed. Somebody's got to go out there, feed the horses, care for them, bring them in, clean stalls, and being 12 and 15-year-old kids, they're going to be out there doing it just like we are.
And I've seen her mature too over the years. When she first came out, she was very uncomfortable being around a horse, but now she's very comfortable, and I think that comfort levels extended into the rest of her life. Around home and around other people, she's a little bit more able to deal with different situations.
From The Rush, I'm Erica Moser.
Participating in horseback riding is a good way for riders to learn not only how to take care of and improve an animal's abilities, but how to improve their own character as well.
It's time for our last commercial break of the show today. When The Rush comes back, Danny Fry will bring us the top 3 plays of the week along with his basketball predictions. Baseball. We'll be right back.
Well, Mr. Raji, we could save you hundreds by doing a discount double check.
Not you too, Raji. You're on my team. You know that's my move.
The discount double check?
No, it's my touchdown dance, man.
Here we go again. Sir, you're not even doing it right. Raji, drop it.
Show me what you got, Raji.
What is this?
Come on now. You said you were a dancer.
Where you going, buddy? Come on back.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Call Steve Bedford in Chatham for personal service and discounts that you deserve.
Fat Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top walleye and pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, Fat Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969.
Kids, the breakfast is ready. Eat up. Your friend's gonna be here pretty soon.
I'll be there in a second.
Have a great day.
My friend's here, I'm leaving.
Be safe. Come home right after school.
Alright, see ya.
Wow, your dad's really looking out for you.
That's not my dad. That's my family's financial advisor, Mr. Sullivan.
Sullivan Financial, looking out for your investments and your family.
Welcome to the top 3. I'm Danny Fry, and they couldn't keep me, stuck behind in that control room for that long. I got to get my airtime sometimes. So now let's go and take a look at the top 3 of Glenwood sports this week. We will start the countdown with play number 3. I'll scoot over so I can actually see the monitor here as there's an exchange to Dominic Giovanelli in the 4x400 meter relay. That relay had a time of 3:22.72. They just totally blew out the competition as Dominic Giovanelli hand off to his brother Michael Giovanelli Stevenelli, who finished off the leg. On to play number 2, it's some early soccer action, 9 a.m. on Saturday morning, and there is a save, a double save there. Demi Dixon in the right place at the right time. That game ended up tied at 1. And the top play of Glenwood Sports this week is Parker Bandy, who clubbed a deep shot into the right center field gap, and now it's time for her to go ahead and turn on the afterburner. She will just barely slide around the tag as the Titans would win 7-5 in a close contest. Those are the top 3 plays. Now it's time for the first edition of the baseball picks done by Eric Burklow. So Eric's first game this week is San Francisco at Atlanta. Now you got to remember, these are Eric's Atlanta Braves. This is his team. He thinks the Braves will win 2 out of 3 because Atlanta has the best pitching staff in the MLB with an ERA of 2.04. It will be tough for San Francisco this weekend to get their offense going. Atlanta is 9-3 at home this season, so they really play well at home. Eric's next game is Milwaukee at Cincinnati, the Reds and the Brewers. Eric thinks that Milwaukee will take 3 out of 4 in this series. They've been very impressive this season. Their pitching is much better with a 2.58 ERA, and they will hold Cincinnati's bats in check. They have the second best ERA in the MLB right behind Atlanta. Next up for Eric is Washington at Philadelphia. I think that this is actually Eric thinking that the Phillies will win 2 out of 3 because Washington has some issues right now. They have 26 errors so far this season, and they have lost 7 out of 10. This is a team a lot of people think will go to the World Series. Washington's defense will be the killer in this series this weekend in Philly. That is why the Philadelphia Phillies will take 2 out of the next 3 from Washington. The next series that Eric Burklow chalked up is Texas at the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. He thinks the Angels will win 2 out of 3 because the team has the best 2 starters on Saturday and Sunday. And it's a big rivalry in the AL West. Texas might not have much over Oakland this week, but that's why the Angels will win 2 out of 3 in LA. Well, that's it for me over here, filling in for Eric Burklow. Let's send it over to Hannah. She's already over there to wrap up the show.
Thanks, Danny. Even if you're not anchoring, you're still got to be on camera. Just can't get rid of you, can we? Well, that's it for this episode of The Rush. The baseball team plays Granite City this afternoon at South Park at 4:30, and girls soccer plays in the varsity tournament throughout the weekend. Girls track is also participating in the Collinsville Invitational this afternoon at 4 o'clock. Thanks for bearing with us, and thanks for watching. We hope to see you next week. We're out of here.